Hey guys, it's me and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to use Alight Motion. I will also show you how to do 3 transitions, a rotation, a slide and a zoom in. So when you first open the app, this screen will appear. At the bottom of the screen there are 5 buttons: home, tutorial, a plus button, projects and elements. The home section is all the weekly prompts and updates infos are. The tutorial section is where the tutorials are. I suggest checking them out if you are still struggling to use the app. In the project sections, all your projects that you have made will be there, although if you are just starting, there won't be any projects. Finally, the element sections is where all your elements will be once you have saved them. Again, if you are just starting out, there won't be any elements. When you tap on the plus button, this screen will pop up. This is where you choose the format, the resolution and the frames per second. I prefer using the 4:5 ratio or the 1:1 ratio with 30 frames per second, although you can choose any. Once you have chosen everything, tap create project. When the project is opened up, your screen should look like this. At the top of your screen, you have the settings button and the export button. At the bottom of your screen, you have a plus button. When you tap it, you will get the option to add shapes, images and videos, audios, elements, and objects layers. If you want to add an audio, you can choose from the audio section or the media section. To add a bookmark to your audio, move to where you want to add a bookmark and then tap on the line. Tap on media and choose your video or image. When the picture has loaded, you'll have many options to choose from. If the picture does not fit the screen, tap on the 3 dots at the top of the screen and press filter screen. To trim a picture, move to the area where you want to split it and choose between the 3 types of split. I prefer the one on the right. Now I will be teaching you how to make transitions. So get your clips ready and make sure they are on beat and they are filled to the screen. Then click on your first image and go to move and transform, then click that keyframe, the plus diamond with the plus. That is called a keyframe. So you add one at the beginning and the end, and then with the one on the end you can move the thing up or down. I am going to move it down for this, and then you have this, but it isn't smooth yet, so you have to add a graph by clicking this thing, and you can copy this graph that I am doing, and let me just mute this real quick, but like you can do the graph that I'm doing, and this is what it should look like. But it isn't smooth yet, so you have to click effects there, and then add effect, look for tiles, press add standard, and then you go down here and click this thing for where mirror is. You click it and you have that, and then you go on add effect again, and then you type motion blur, and then you can adjust your motion blur. You can have a lot of it, you can have very little. I prefer to keep it at 1, depending, although it changes depending on what type of edit you're making. And this is how it would look like now. Then you go on the second image, and then you go back on move and transform. You add your 2 keyframes, but instead of using the end keyframe like we did for the first part of the transition, you go on the first keyframe and you slide that up and then it goes down. You add your graph, but instead of making it like the one we did earlier like this, you can flip that and it will give you a graph like this. So now it should be looking like that, but it's not smooth yet, so we have to add motion and blur and tiles. Now you could just copy and paste it from here, or you could type it up again. I prefer to copy and paste it. So you can paste your effects here, and this is what it looks like. The next transition I will be showing you how to do is a rotation. Now, with the way I like to make my edits, I like to overlap my keyframes. So I'm going to move and transform, and then instead of using this thing again, I am going to go to here, like the square with the arrows around it, and I'm going to place my keyframes on it, like on the picture, and then I will go to end keyframe and move the thing around. I'm going to make it 45 degrees, and I am now going to do my graph by tapping on this thing again, and I'm going to make it the same graph as the first one I did. So now it's looking like this. Now I didn't add my picture beforehand, so I'm now going to add my second picture, my third picture I mean, and I'm gonna split it and everything. So now that I've done the first part of the rotation, I am going to go to move and transform, click on the square and the arrows around it, and place my keyframes. Then I'm going to go to the beginning keyframe and do it plus 45 degrees. The first one was minus 45 degrees and this one is plus 45 degrees. Then I am going to do the keyframe and the graph. This is like an out graph. So now it's looking like this, and I'm going to copy and paste my effects. So now it's looking like this, or that's what it should look like. The final transition I'll show you how to make is a zoom in. So I'll go to the picture with the ending part of the rotation and click on the box with the small square and an arrow. Then I will place my keyframes and move the thing so that it starts zooming in. And then I will place my keyframes and make sure that it's like an in graph so that it will start slow and then go fast. And then I will go to my final picture and I will paste the effects onto there. Then I will go on move and transform, click on this big box with a small square and an arrow. Then I will place my keyframes and go to the first one and make sure that it's zoomed out. And then I'll add my out graph, and then this is what the whole thing should look like. Now if I wanted to loop it, I could start the first clip by zooming it in. So I'll go to the very first clip and go to the square with the small square and the arrow. Then I will place my keyframes and then go to the first one and zoom it in. Then I will add an out graph because it's like usually you would have a video at the beginning or like a photo to start off. And this is what the whole thing should look like.